This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Damn. Perk did this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
I just realized I was on mute. But what's going on, everybody? Kings and Dreams back with another video. Appreciate y'all joining me on this Tuesday. Got a special one for you guys, man. One of the things that I talk about on my channel is men and women being on their purpose, right? But I think that it's especially important for men to be on their purpose in life. What is your purpose in life? And understanding that, I think that it goes a very long way. So we got a good one for you guys today, man. This brother met up with him recently, and he and I are in a couple of groups, kind of behind the scenes, and we push each other, encourage each other, give each other that feedback that what men are supposed to do, right? And so, fellow traveler, fellow brother on his purpose, and so I'm gonna talk to him tonight and really just gauge what makes him stay on his purpose and what encourages him to travel. Without further ado, what's going on, man?
What up, bro? What's going on with you tonight?
Man, first of all, man, I just want to thank you for being here, man. It's I highly appreciate it. I highly appreciate it, man.
Oh, not a problem, man. The pleasure is mine being on here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not even an issue. You know what I'm saying, bro? Let's get it done.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. First thing I want to ask you is just tell the people a little bit about yourself, who you are, and where you come from.
Okay. So I'm Sean C. Of the channel TSG Uncut. I'm originally from I'm a NOLA boy. I'm from down south there, from Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised New Orleans, and from there, pretty much, I'm a military man, and as far as what was the other part of the question? You don't know about me, so as far it's kind of weird when somebody throw that at you, like, tell me about you, man. Like, man, it depends on what I'm doing in the moment. Okay, you know what I mean. Some days, I'm high energy. Some days I'm chill. I think though that if I had to describe me, I'd say that if I've not been anything, is I've been consistent on who I've been. The only thing I could say is that I always focus on growing and being the best version of myself. You know what I mean? So like some of the things that maybe I used to do, I don't do anymore. You know what I mean? But that's all a part of that growth. But consistent on, just how I am with people, how I am with my friends, how I am with conducting myself. I'd say I'm pretty consistent for the most part. But yeah, man, I just like to chill and have fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I grew up an only child. I'm not an only child, but I grew up an only child. And because of that, like a lot of the things that I do, like there's times that I like to socialize. There's times I like to be by myself, which I think really works for this lifestyle. You know what I mean? Especially in the YouTube world and everything like that. I think it really helps out. You know what I mean? Because you really got to grind this thing. You know what I mean? If you want to do a good job at it.
Right. No, I completely agree. Well, see, I'm the youngest out of 5, and
God damn.
Well, listen, man. I have an aunt. I have an aunt that has 10 kids. So yeah, let me not go.
Y'all got a big family though.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And so what I was gonna say was is that me being the youngest, so I kind of get what you're saying. Like sometimes you want to have like that time where you want to be social, and then there's that time where you kind of want to just kick it, kick it alone or what have you, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely feel you there, man. And so I kind of want to circle back. You mentioned purpose. So what does being on your purpose mean to you?
So listen, I didn't realize that you're kind of on your purpose, right? You have what we strive for is that purpose and destiny meet our own wants and desires, right? And rarely does that actually happen. You know what I mean? Like TV and everything tells us that, like, oh, you do this and this, that, and the third, and all your dreams come true. How many older folk sat there, praying and waiting and believing for things that they never saw come to pass? Even though I understand that older people plant trees that young people sit under. But how many times have you heard all this wait and believe stuff? You know what I mean? But when you look at the people that are hyper successful, what have they done? They actually go after it, right? Like they actually believed so much in what they were going to do, they went after it. And so when I talk about purpose, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about where action meets belief towards what you want to accomplish. And really and truly, like, it took me a while to learn this, but I hear nowadays, and that's kind of why my thought process is shifted. And I'll talk about that here in a second. But you hear so much nowadays from people talking about, um, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this and this, that, and the third, right? Everybody's grinding towards something, but rarely do people make it. And what's the difference? The difference between people that make it and don't make it is the people that actually do believe it so much that their actions say that they believe it, right? When you believe in something, when you believe you really whatever, you believe that you are good or you believe that you can accomplish this, your actions say it. The way you move says it. That's why, like, people up here coming against passport bros, stuff like that, they're like, oh, these dudes are lame, these dudes are losers and stuff. It's like, these dudes are making action happen, right? These dudes are not sitting there talking about, man, one day I'm gonna go see Italy. I just watched the movie Gladiator this morning, right? And they were so marveled at what the Colosseum looks like. But here's the thing: there's people in this life that's gonna look and say, man, one day I'm gonna go see that Colosseum. One day I'm gonna see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. One day I'm gonna go to the Eiffel Tower. But the people in this life that actually are successful are the ones that make it happen, that's sitting there actually looking at their dreams. So when it comes to me, I'm a little bit different than a lot of people that got on their passport journeys. I wish I could pull it up for you right now, and maybe I'll put it on my community post on my channel for tomorrow just to kind of prove a point. But I wrote all this down when I was 17. So no cap, like all this. Oh, I came across this through the red pill, and that opened me up. No, no. 17 years old, going on 18. Matter of fact, it was like shortly I made 18 right after that. So for a very long time, this is what I was gonna do. I already knew it. And that stemmed from some class trips I went on, like growing up in New Orleans, whatever like that. It's below sea level. The most beautiful part is like maybe looking at the river at night and watching the G&O Bridge go across the Mississippi. That used to be the most beautiful thing. Or maybe going on the lakefront. That's what we have in New Orleans. That's it. So when I got to travel, just even doing road trips outside of the state of Louisiana, and I got to see my first mountain, and I got to go to like Lookout Mountain, and you go through the periscope and you can see 7 different states. And when I got to go into a cave for the first time and got to see stalactites and stalagmites, when I got to go to Florida and go to Universal Studios for the first time, right? When I got to do all these things when I was a teen, it made me write that plan out at 17. Hence, where I'm at today. Because if you write out your plans, you're more likely to achieve them if you write them out. Anyway, sorry, I went on a little rant there, but I wanted to make sure I put that out there.
No, absolutely. No, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, yeah, that's great that you did that at 17 because I mean, for me, like I had like the ideas in my head, but I didn't have anything concrete. I didn't have anything written down, at that time, right? And so, one of the stats that I've been talking about recently, whether it be on my platform or other platforms, is that a good what is it, 30%, no, yeah, a good 30% of people, a good 30% of people usually live anywhere between 200 to 250 miles away from where they are originally born. So, like, if
Mhm.
you are in the New York City, North Jersey area, we're talking like Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. So that's a lot. So that's a lot. So that's like over a third of that's basically a third of the population,
Yeah.
right? And it's just crazy to see that someone at the age of 17 actually had a plan and saying, okay, I'm going to go here, wherever you had written down. And so
Well,
sorry, go ahead.
no, sorry, I'm gonna cut you off real quick. So I want to put an asterisk on that. Okay, I want to put an asterisk on that plan that 17, 18-year-old had.
Mm,
All right. So I wrote down that I was going to accomplish and do certain things. I just wrote a broad statement that I was going to travel to the United States and I was going to see the world. And 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 that's what I wrote down at 17, 18. I'm gonna just say 18 for the sake of this, because I was getting ready to graduate high school and I got my senior book and I wrote it down. So when I put it on my community post, you guys will see that. That'll be actually tomorrow's community post, and I'll link this video to it too, so people can see. But the asterisk on that is life happened, right? Life happened. So you know we get into life and you start to lose sight of your dreams. Now, fast forward 8 years ago, what is this, 2022? So, about 8 years ago, I was involved in a very bad car accident. And it made me kind of reevaluate myself, my life. I could have died, someone else could have died. Like all these things made me reevaluate that I had gotten further from my dreams than I had realized, that I had let so much life get in the way that I needed to rethink what I was doing. What did I really want? Because right now, to me, I'm on borrowed time, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like,
hmm
I'm lucky I didn't perish in that car accident. And because I didn't, it just makes you have that moment of clarity. And it's sad because most people have to get to like a very low point in their life, and and some people don't get out of that low point, but you have to get to a low point in your life for you to like scramble up the to get unplugged from the matrix, to take that pill, right? Like,
hmm
before I even knew what a red pill was, I was already down that rabbit hole after that car accident 8 years ago, right? I was already questioning everything that was going on around me. And I'm not talking about just in dating or relationships. I was questioning, why are we in these situations, in these circumstances? And I did that for a year straight. No watching TV. I'm talking about just straight research on why things are jacked. And it would almost drive you crazy. But what it made me do was I wrote down a 5-year plan. And now I'm on my second 5-year plan. So that was 2015, January 2015 to January 2020. And then my next plan is from January 2020 to 2025. And then I'll write another one. I'm actually a little bit ahead on some of my goals, right? I'm traveling. I've been living in places. This wasn't supposed to happen until after 2025. So what's the difference between me starting now and 2025? The difference is I got really serious about my plans and I took action. And too many people talk a lot of, mess, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, but nobody's willing to take action. And so anyway, I wanted to put an asterisk on that to say I didn't really get serious about this plan, even though I had been doing things that I didn't realize subconsciously. I was already working on things, but I didn't really get serious about this plan until 8 years ago when I said, man, get busy living or get busy dying. And then I started working on getting out of debt, started working on getting my credit raised, started doing all the things I need to do so I could free myself from the matrix and then live the life that I want to live. And that's kind of where here we are today. Now I'm on the beginning of my journey to be able to like, hey, I can live where I want to do. You know what I mean? I can do this. So anyway, I wanted to put that asterisk on there. Sorry about that, brother.
No worries, man. No worries, man. You know, this is all you, man. So everyone is learning about you and how things came about. So I did have a question now. So
Yeah.
let's kind of backtrack a little bit. Now,
Yep.
you you mentioned that you were you were raised as an only child, right? So and what were some of the places that you lived? So I know you came from New Orleans. Were there any other places that you lived as a child, or as you know when you grew up, that's when you started moving around?
So I had so as far as living, I pretty much lived in New Orleans for the first 19 years of my life. Right?
Okay, got it.
And it was through I joined the military at 19. So through the military, I was able to travel and see other places and moves within the military, and also me traveling while I was in the military. So for me, I got some starts. I got some peaks at traveling as a teenager and stuff like that. But it wasn't until I got in the military that I actually started like traveling around. So I got I've been to 40 of the 50 states. I've done 5 cross-country road trips. Any which way you can go up or down through this country, I've already done. I've even like once 4 years ago was the first time I was actually able to go through the middle of the country for the first time. I'll never do that again. But it was nice. It was a nice trip. But some of them fields, man, I'm just saying, you can only see so many goddamn cornfields in Iowa. Okay, you can only see so many of them things. All right.
Right.
In the 10 states that I haven't been to, like there's 1 or 2 I might want to go to, but other than that, like it's pretty much all the same now. So I pretty much kind of dedicated myself to say, okay, man, now you've seen the states, you've seen what people are like throughout the country. It's now time to, make a plan so that you can live outside the country, so that you can be out there, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So did I answer your question? So I didn't start living outside the states until like 19.
Yeah, no worries.
And I haven't been back home since. So, well, I've been home, right, to visit stuff, but I've never lived back in my home state again. So
Okay, gotcha. All right, and so when you mentioned the military, so was there like what made you decide to join the military?
well, as they say down in Louisiana, okay, hard times make a monkey eat red pepper. All right. So
I'm gonna have to clip that.
hard times make a monkey eat red pepper. Okay. So let me just say that, like I don't know, man. I tried to. I was burnt out from school and stuff, man. I was doing good things in school. I had a full ride scholarship. I had 2 years to take it. I had an academic scholarship. And I said, okay, well, I got time. Man, I worked at one job. It wasn't enough. Then I needed 2 jobs. And then I started feeling like man from In Living Color, like, hey, you lazy thing, you only got 1 job. I got 2, 3 jobs, man. So,
Oh well, I'm from the yard, so yeah,
I know
yeah. So they said Kingston have tree job. He a cab driver,
Hey.
in my chef, in wash boat, in wash car,
Wash.
do a whole heap of thing. Yeah,
That's
man.
right, bro. Yeah. So you know what? But that gets tiring, man. And so I've also saw a pattern, and maybe some of you guys out there may have seen a pattern too, where I started seeing the same people from my hood doing the same things, right? Like the people that stayed, they were, the classes before me, yeah, they were like the upperclassmen, they 18, but now they're 23 and they're still doing the same damn thing. And I saw this pattern, man. It was clear as day that if I didn't leave at some point, I was going to be stuck there. Now, I don't believe that about me, but what I'm going to say was I felt it at that moment. At one particular moment when I was at my, kind of at a low point, my first year out of high school, I was like, man, everybody doing the same damn thing, and I'm going to get stuck, or I'm not going to even live, right? Because statistically, right, a lot of black men die between the ages of 18 and 25, and I'm living in one of the most dangerous cities. When I went into the military at that time, New Orleans was the murder capital of the world at the time that I left, right? Years ago. I ain't gonna date myself too bad, but it's been a while. So normally it's like DC or something, but we had taken it, right? I think we had it for like 2 years in a row, 2, 3 years in a row. And I was like, man, I got to get away from this crap because as beautiful as my town is, it can be very dangerous and it can get very dangerous very quickly. You know what I mean? So I just had to get out, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I just get out, bro. Like you know what I'm saying, bro. Like you just see.
No,
like,
I do. And so I like I'm so I don't want to say fascinated. That's probably the wrong word, but what I would say is that like for people, for people that decide to join the military, like I know like there's a strong portion of my supporters who are in the military, and a lot of you guys' stories are pretty similar. And it's just like you see people in your neighborhoods getting in trouble, they're getting arrested, same routine, same program. You see your boy on the corner, he doing the same thing. He gonna be doing the same thing every day. And it's like, all right, with this repetition, what can I do to help help secure my future, right? And so you get a chance to earn money, and you also get a chance to see the world. And so I'm figuring for you, because in your last year of high school, you had already written down that you want to travel. So you probably were thinking like the military route, but you figure like,
oh no, no,
all right,
no. Let me stop you right there. I was
okay,
not thinking military at all. If anything, that young man that left out of high school was anti-military at that time. Not that I had anything against anybody that was in the armed services at that point in time, but
hmm
what I felt was that's the man's military. Yo, not for us, this, that, and the third. And there's some truth to that if I was going to talk about it, right? But I'm not going to talk about like that deep into the military experience. But what I will say is that I was just not going, man. Like, look, you wasn't going to get me to go, right? And I just got backed into a corner, which so many of our young brothers and sisters get backed into corners. And so you have a crossroads. It's like you have that crossroads that I can take this and do something positive, or I can take this and go this route that seems positive at the moment, but it's really a negative route. It's really going to take us down. So I believe life gives us these crossroads, these intersectional points where we have to make decisions. And I think too many people make these decisions based on emotions vice really sitting down and being rational, because what happens is there's always a choice. That's the hard road, and people don't want to take the hard road. People want the easy route out of their problems, right? So I used to be a victim blame. Hey, all this is happening because this, that, and the third. And like, no, man, no. Listen, yes, there are bad things happen. It's like football, right? It's
hmm
like if you're at the point, you can only blame the refs so much. And listen, trust me, I'm from New Orleans. We had that NOLA call. It was one of the most egregious calls in all of NFL history. But if you didn't just whip the crap out of that team, you take the refs right out of the game. If you
hmm
already winning up by a lot of points, you take the refs out of the game. Here's the thing: we're winning a game that we're relying on the refs to call it fair. And the truth is, they're not going to call it fair. So what can you do? You play the best goddamn game you could play. I mean, you work on it, you strap up, you get ready for that damn game, and you make sure that you work so hard that you don't let the refs take you out the game. So one of the decisions I had to make as far as going to military, as much as I didn't want to go there, I had to do what I didn't want to do to get to the hell I wanted to be. And that's the simplest way I could put it.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, man. You mentioned that people take the easy way out, and you are absolutely right. Because the thing about it is that people always want the finished product, but never want to build it, right? People love seeing flowers. Flowers are so pretty, but it's like, you got to plant that. You got to plant
Right.
it.
You got to come back and you got to water that crap. You got to take care of it. Right. You got to till the ground, bro. Like, it's work.
Right. It's so interesting. It's so interesting because one of my friends had posted a meme, and I can't remember exactly like what it is, but just to kind of paraphrase, there was two lines, and one line was just showing, who wants to make a lot of money. Everyone's in that line, but who wants to do the work to do it? It was basically something along that. So when you said that, that kind of struck a light bulb in my head, because that was a meme I had just saw the other day. So it kind of just reminded me of what you said, because people want to finish product, but they don't want to put in the work. So I completely agree with you there. Now, now before my next question, I just want to get into the chat here, and because I see some people commenting here.
Yeah. I see some comments too, yo.
Shout out to QB Passport Flexing. Let's go.
That's my boy. That's my dude.
Yes. Felicia Jordan. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kings and Dreams channel. Wipe your feet at the door.
And have a little drink. I'm just playing. Hey, Felicia, how you doing, man?
All good.
Man.
All good.
I'm sure it's not going to be the first time I sing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said, you got to excuse me. I'll be like to sing phrases out sometime. Make a brother want to sing.
So definitely make sure that you guys like this video, share this video as well. Let's see. Jazzy P Jones, salute Kings and Dreams. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for stopping through. Garden Scientist Kings, what's up, brother? Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. Let's see. Yes, definitely make sure that you guys are hitting that like button. Let's get those likes up, share the video, and make sure that you get the notifications. Good night, fellas. Mr. Jets all day. Yeah, the Jets had a good win yesterday, man. 2-2. So good win right there.
Man, I don't even want to talk about NFL right
now. XL Pro, what's up, brother? Salute chat. Shout out to XL Pro also for the Cash App. I did receive that, man, so I appreciate you, brother. Listen, man, definitely make sure you guys are supporting the channel. Before I get monetized, I am less than 300 away from getting monetized. So
congratulations.
Yes, I'm definitely there. But check, hit me on the Cash App, Kings and Dreams is scrolling at the bottom of your screen. $1, $2, $5, doesn't matter, man. Just, support the channel. Show your boy some love.
Give him that $5 holla, baby. Come on now.
Yep. Shout out to Eric. Salute. Let's see here.
Don't rub it in, Felicia. Don't rub it in.
Shout out to the panel. Yes, shout out to you, Felicia Jordan, always holding me down. XL Pro, 504, brother, from Mobile, Alabama.
That's right, brother. What's going on with you, man? What's going on? Yep, 504. You heard me?
Nolans. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hey, you know what? I'm a New York guy, so I'll let you guys from the South, do that.
There's been a big debate on what you call it, okay? Some people do say Nolans, okay?
Yeah.
When I went and talked to my boys about it, I tried to say, how you say the city name? And they're like, what are you talking about? So we went back and forth on this, but I guess the way we say it is like you going to war, like New Orleans, you know what I mean? You roll it, you know what I mean? New Orleans. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like a little bit of that, but it's not New Orleans. I'm going down to New Orleans today and get some jazz. I'm going to get a little jazz today. Some beignets and some po' boys.
I got you. But yes, definitely make sure that you guys like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. What Ala Camingo TV, what's popping, brethren? Peace to the chat. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you. And also definitely make sure that you guys subscribe to my man's channel, TSG Uncut. The link is right there.
Uncut.
Oh man, speaking of so I'm closing in on 1,000, and this brother is closing in on 2,000. So what are you about like 50 away? 50 away, something like
I'm 59 away right now. Yeah.
that? Okay, so about 60 away. Okay.
Yeah, about 60 away, brother. Yeah.
All right, for sure. As I mentioned with the Cash App, $1, $2, $5, man. Support your boy, support your boy. Bun up, up. Yes. Mostly money TV. My man Andre is back.
Dre in the house. What's up, brother?
Hey, all yes, man. Definitely make sure that you guys subscribe to all 10 of Andre's pages. No, I'm kidding. But
I
yeah,
don't know
but
how you do it, Dre. I don't know how you do it, bro. Dre got like 10 channels, man. Of course you
hey,
needed a vacation. God dang, bro.
yes, man. Listen, yeah, we were on Big Boss's channel for his 1 year anniversary. Shout out to Big Boss. And
I watched that one. That was a real good one, man. I like
yeah,
that.
absolutely. And Dre said that he turned his phone off. I said, listen, man, and I wanted to
Facts,
say
man.
I wanted to say this. I wanted to say this on Saturday, but I was gonna say if I had as many channels as you had, man, listen, I would have threw my phone in the water while on vacation.
So I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago, whatever, right?
Yes,
Or a
yes,
week ago, right?
correct.
So before I left to go to Vegas, what I did was I already had videos prepped and ready to go. The only thing I didn't have prepped was the live streams. And so I kind of, did those on the fly, which I apologize. It could have been better. But you're limited on time, you're limited on the resources, you're limited on space, you know what I mean? Just working with what you got. But I
Right.
want to make sure I'm very consistent. I've been doing live streams now for well over a year straight. I probably missed like 4,
Mhm.
5, maybe tops out of like a year and a quarter. Right. So I'd say that's pretty good.
No, absolutely, man. No, you did your thing even though you were on vacation. I was like, man, is this dude like on vacation or what's up, man?
Hey,
Because
and guess what? I gotta prep Friday's video, and I still gotta do. I'm actually leaving out of town here very soon, and I gotta prep those videos ahead of time. And I don't have a lot of time. I got like 4 days to make like 3 videos. 4 days, 4, something like that. I got like a week to make 4 videos. So I gotta figure it out, man. Just gotta do what you gotta do.
I hear you. And man, so Habla Camingo TV, definitely make sure that you guys subscribe to him. If you guys want to learn Spanish and situational Spanish too, situational
Yeah.
Spanish is so important. Actually, speaking of Habla Camingo, he actually posted it on a Facebook group with reference to learning Spanish and Portuguese. And so I had said, like, even like in situations, like if you're at a restaurant, you say you're hungry, you want something, whatever it is. But in situational Spanish and Portuguese or whatever language that you can learn at least a little bit of, take that opportunity, especially if you're traveling. Shout out to my man Top Gun Salute, brother. Yes, I appreciate you for stopping by, pulling up. Let's see.
Let me address something real quick. Felicia says she hear music playing. For some reason, in this goddamn neighborhood, the ice cream man comes late as hell. Me and my mom joke like, Mom, I don't think he's selling ice cream.
Oh man.
That ice cream truck is probably the biggest front. The ice cream truck, he
Man,
probably
listen,
rolling around. What's old
we,
boy
we
name?
gonna keep it moving.
Big worm. Big perm, big worm.
Absolutely. No Limit Soldiers 504, mostly money. Great interview. Definitely appreciate that. My brother ex Air Force and sister ex Navy. Oh man, salute to them. Salute to them, man.
Yep.
Salute to them. And definitely make sure that you guys subscribe to Mostly Money TV. Uh Andre and Andrea love crossing borders. What do we got? Angela Wallace TV. I think I might be missing one or four more. Not sure, man. But definitely make sure that you guys, on a serious note, man, Andre, definitely welcome back from vacation. And I can't wait to continue to watch some of your content. I didn't see the live stream on Sunday. I'm not gonna hold you. I was watching the game, but I'm gonna go back and watch it. I'm gonna go back and watch it. Sorry, you gonna have to miss me on some Sunday nights now, man. But Friday drink in hand, I will be there. All right. That dude is
Of course, the ice cream truck is now playing when the Saints go marching in. Just trying to rub it in right now, man. Just trying to rub it in.
No sacrifice, no victory. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Salute Kings and Dreams, TSG Uncut in the room.
Yes.
Man, time to retire. Definitely salute to that brother. Subscribe to his channel. He's gonna have some content coming out. He actually, so for all of you guys that are watching who don't know, this brother's a retired vet, and he actually bought a house in Thailand, and this was back in 2007. I believe it was for about 40K, so 38 to be exact. I like round numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So basically 40K. He bought that back in 2007. So now I think probably about 50 or 60K can get you a house in Thailand. And it's 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. So it's not a rinky dink house. It's a house. So in a great neighborhood too. Let's see. Oh, I'm glad my team won. Okay, all right.
That's what I told her. I said, don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. Not everybody team is doing well right now. Okay. Makes no damn
XL
sense.
Pro, he said he subscribed to you, man. Absolutely.
Hey man, appreciate you, brother. I thank you very much, man. I take it seriously, man. You guys comment on my videos and stuff. You'll see that mostly I get to most of the comments, not necessarily the subsequent ones because it's hard for me to see. But the initial comments, I get to everybody's initial comments. I try to.
Right. Absolutely. And so QB Passport Flex, and I'm going to pause it there because I want to continue the conversation. Yeah. Travel Kings bringing that fire. Definitely.
That's right, baby.
Salute. So, okay. So how long were you in the service? And what branch of service were you in?
All right. Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about that. So I was in the Navy for 20 years, and I retired as a chief petty officer. And in the Navy, I did engineering. So I was the equivalent of, if you've ever watched any of the Star Treks, the one with Geordie LaForge, LeVar Burton, who used to Reading Rainbow, little visor on his eyes. That's what I did in the Navy on submarines. And so, yeah, man, that's what I did for 20 years. And then when I got out, I was like, I had I get job offers now. Like I turned down so many damn jobs, but I wanted to do something different. God dang it. See, man, what is this damn ice cream truck doing? Sorry, man. Just
don't worry about it, man. Keep
the music is driving me crazy, bro. So when I got out of the military, I just wanted to do something different. So I wound up going to bartending school, and then I actually wound up teaching at that bartending school because while I was in the Navy, I was also an instructor. I taught nuclear engineering, and then so I pretty much graduated, and within a few weeks, I was teaching at the school, right? So because I just did really well at it, and then I started bartending in Vegas, and then working there and doing the nightlife stuff, working like that. And, it was good money, man. It used to be easy, but being on your feet for long periods of time, that was killing me. That part was the hardest part. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? I had a little small business that I was running, an online business. Pandemic killed that. And that's pretty much been my life, whatever. So I'm hustling, got some side hustles, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm from NOLA, baby, you know what I mean? We always got some side hustles. I used to cut hair on the boat and do all kind of stuff, bro. I got a lot of skills. So, and that's the thing that I kind of push for the brothers, man. If you want to see things come true, take those hustles and take those skills and turn them into money, man. Take those hustles, take those skills, stack your cheese. Even if you got a regular 9-to-5, take your little thing, have a side hustle, right? I came up in NOLA, I always had a side hustle, man. I was always cutting somebody's grass, drawing on people's jeans back in the day in the 90s. We had cross colors and stuff. I used to actually draw on people's pants leg and then draw them jeans for $10 and stuff like that, cut hair, fix people Nintendo, right? Down in NOLA, man, you always have to have a side hustle, bro. Always got to have side hustles.
Listen, I completely agree. One of my best friends, he's from Zimbabwe, has a 9 to 5, has a 9 to 5. He plays the lottery. He does like Uber Eats. He does
Oh, I did that too. I did.
yeah.
I've done
He
the
does
driving. Whatever,
yeah.
bro.
He does. Yep. He does security. He does nightclub security.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so he does a bevy of things. So even if you have the skill to be an engineer, like don't think that you can't deliver food or whatever it is. Like, you multiple streams of income is always important. It's very important, especially now with the way things are going in the economy, right?
Oh yeah.
The way things are going, you can't just rely on one source of income. Okay,
No.
like you may have a great job, and that great job may be paying you well, but you never know. And what's happening now is that a lot of places are starting to put that at will. So for people who don't know what at will is that a place can fire you at will, basically can terminate you at any time for any reason. Trust me, it happened to me. But the thing is that I have multiple streams of income, so it didn't hurt me. But
Right.
if I just focused on that, oh, I would have been hurting.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, so when I got out of the military, I was living in Hawaii when I retired, and I moved to Vegas. And the one thing about Vegas is there's so many opportunities there for side hustles and side gigs and stuff like that. And so that's kind of why it's insulting to me. I'm gonna take this real quick to another spot. That's why it's kind of insulting when it comes to like people dissing Passport Brothers, because the resourcefulness and the willing to like save and put money to the side, right, to be able to take these trips and to be able to go and to see other places. I don't think people realize that it's not that very common. Like half of Americans can't afford a $400 emergency. So when people criticize, brothers and sisters, well, they don't really criticize the sisters as much, but as far as the Passport Bros, criticizing brothers that actually take the opportunity to save the money, to buy a ticket, to have a place, to have their food, have their spending money, be able to navigate and get around in a place, not just a different city, but a completely different country, and say that person is lame when you have people that don't even have those type of skills, that haven't left outside of 200 miles of where they're from. It's pretty insulting. And they don't know what they're talking about.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to OW504. He sent me a video. And I'm gonna do. Well, I was thinking about doing a reaction to it, but I want to reach out to the brother who actually made the video, and this brother sounds very upset and kind of just speaking from a place of pain. And I'll paraphrase, because I'll paraphrase.
Now you got me curious, bro. What's going on with that?
Well, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you later, so you can look at it, because I want to reach out to the brother. But so this brother's talking about how brothers who travel, like, basically he's a content creator as well, and he's saying don't leave comments saying go get your passport. It's you're wasting time going over there and chasing women, and you're going to go over there and a woman's going to turn you down. And what do you think that the woman is, there for? That they're looking for you to go over there so that they could take your money, right? Right. And so, but he was very angry and adamant about what he was saying.
Yeah. See, you and I did that other panel where we was talking to the brothers over there.
Yep. Yeah, I'm actually. Shout out to Mr. Lucario and Alpha Villains. So next week, I have them coming on next week, Tuesday.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So listen, but just to that point where you talk about, the brother is angry and stuff about it. Like I don't know about you, K and D, but I don't understand brothers that get angry about what other brothers doing. I will say, and I said this when we were both interviewed over on that last interview.
Right. Yeah. Reese. Shout out to Reese.
Reese.
He's the one. Yeah, he's the one that actually put the whole thing together, man.
That's right. So Reese, who put it together, invited us over, and we did that show. I am for brothers getting their passport. I am for brothers and sisters getting out of the country and seeing something different than what they know. I will say that the difference that I say, like you hear people say that getting your passport is the only way to go and this, that, and the third. I put a different spin on that. I think it's important that if you are going to go to these other countries, it's important that in the process, I'm not saying maybe your first time, but in that process of saying, okay, I want to do this, there needs to be some transformation of who you are. What I mean is if you're a terrible person here in the States, going to another country not going to make you less terrible. It's just going to make you terrible in another location. So when you got me on here talking about purpose, because I talk about that a lot on my channel, and I'm not for everybody. I'll be honest, I'm not for everybody getting a passport right now, because it's like you can't give everybody $1 million, right? If you give people $1 million, a lot of people can't handle that. I get, maybe that was an extreme version. Let's say 10 grand. You give somebody 10 grand. It's achievable enough for them to reach, but it's still a lot of money, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't give everybody 10 grand, because even though, yes, you're helping them, you say, yo, this money could be transformational. If they haven't worked on themselves and they don't know what direction they're going in, I'm not saying going out of the country may not give you some clarity. What I'm saying is, if you are not ready to know what it entails to have $10,000 and what you should be thinking about and doing with it, you're only gonna mess over it, right? And I'm kind of more like, I am about men, self-improvement of men. That's what my channel's about. Now, no matter how I wrap it, no matter how I try to feed it to you, that's my message. Because if we're stronger and we're better, we're going to be better for ourselves. We're going to be better for our families. We're going to be better for our communities, et cetera, while living our best life. So my message isn't just go over there. It's like, what else are you doing to be the best version of you? So I'm not just for everybody. I don't want to see Pookie and Ray Ray go over to another country and mess it up. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get arrested because the actions of others are going to make it detrimental to you and me, who are going to go there, and we're going to be respectful of the culture. Real quick, back in the day, we would, God dang it, this ice cream truck won't go away. I'm telling you, man, they're not selling ice cream. I'm telling you, whatever.
Nah, man, it's almost 9 o'clock over there, man. Come on.
Oh, bruh.
It's a school day, Kids are asleep.
Them kids need to get their ass to bed. Excuse me, get their ass to bed. But real quick, we would go over to other countries and stuff when we would be on the submarine. But what happened was, a couple times was you had stories in the news where you had Army guys go over to some of these different countries and some of these different cities and some of these different places, and some of them would behave badly. Now, I'm just going to leave it at that. You guys could do the research on your own. But what happened was, because of the actions of a few people, the whole place got shut down for us. Does that make sense? It's like, instead of us being able to be out all night and then come back to the boat when we needed to, we were like, no, you guys got to be back at midnight. You can't get a hotel for the night. Everybody got to be back on the boat, because people went to different places and then they did not respect the culture. I'm going to put that way, right? They were doing really bad things to the locals. You guys could use your imagination. And so it messed it up for everybody. So I don't think everybody needs to get their passport. If you ain't ready to get your act together, and that's why I said shout out to the passport brothers, because you have to be disciplined with your money. For the most part, people are. You have to be like, hey, I got to set this up. You do got a budget, even though it might be cheaper. You still got a budget. I didn't see people have to leave Mexico because they had blew all their money out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Instead of realizing you're on vacation, you have a finite amount of money, stick to your budget, have a good time, and act right. So, Anyway.
No, I completely agree. I completely agree. Like I'm for now. I'm for, and I want to preference this.
Uh-huh.
I'm for
It's a good comment.
discipline. I'm sorry.
That's a good comment down there. I'm sorry. Like I just saw the comment.
Oh, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to
Yeah,
it.
I know. That's just funny.
Yeah. So I'm for disciplined people getting their passport. So if you don't have a discipline to you, or you don't have anything to lose, then don't get your passport. Because what I realize is, even in life, whether you decide to travel or not, but what I realize is that people who have something to lose are typically the people that act accordingly and move accordingly. For people who don't have anything to
Right.
lose, they don't care. They don't care about you because they damn sure don't care about themselves.
Right. And it's not just us. What I'm saying is, like, you see it all the time too. You'll see, white boys go to other countries, drink so. God dang it.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. Keep going, bro.
So I'm saying you'll see white boys go and drink themselves till they stupid,
Hmm.
and then act the ass and then get kicked out of kicked out of places. You know what I mean? And then it makes everybody look bad. Or I don't just put it on them, but they kind of go hard and lose themselves. Woohoo, and I don't
Oh
want to
yeah.
see. So I seen it, man. I've seen it. It's just like, bro, calm yourself. And in the military, when we would pull into different places and stuff like that, same thing. People had to be on their best behavior because we had something to lose, right? And we
Hmm.
have something that we represent higher than ourselves, man. So I
Right.
agree with you totally, man, about, hey man, you gotta have something on it. Now I'm not saying, let me go back to what I said. Some people change sometime when they get the culture shock, right? They go over, they get the culture shock and they're able to change. But I'm
Right.
saying that that's not everybody. I would say there's some level of self work that needs to happen before making that type of leap. That's all I'm saying. To full time travel, bro. I'm not talking about just travel. I'm talking about full time travel. Like a lifestyle of travel, passport,
Absolutely.
passport, bro, type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely completely agree with you there. All right, let me check. Let me check some of these comments here. Mr. Dacus, the Navigator. What's up,
What's up,
everybody?
bro?
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, definitely make sure that you guys check me out on Instagram. It is Kings and Dreams, spelled the same way how my channel is spelled. All right, let's see. Two great kings with the hot content on one live broadcast. What more could we ask for?
Man,
Man,
blessings, bro.
I appreciate you, Mr. Dacus. Yeah,
that's
yeah, man. Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite supporters, man.
facts.
DMR, man. What's up, brothers? I appreciate you. I appreciate
What's
you.
up, DMR, man? What's going on, brother?
I'm experiencing that now, brothers.
Something that
Um,
we probably talked about earlier.
okay. Yeah, man. Continue to get the likes up. I appreciate you. Like, share, and comment on this video. And if you have not subscribed to either my channel or TSG's channel, definitely make sure that you guys subscribe to both. Focus is reality. XL Pro, man. Man, you know what? That's another comment of the night, man. I like that one. I
Yes.
like that one.
Focus is reality. I like that.
Absolutely. So here's the link for TSG Uncut channel. Definitely make sure that you guys, show them some love and support. Red Cup Riddick. Ah, my God, what's good, y'all? Man,
What's up,
salute,
bro?
brother, salute. Top Gun Facts. OW. Hey, man, I don't know if you saw. I was actually just talking about you a few minutes ago. In reference to that video you sent me earlier, man. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out to that brother. OW. I'm gonna reach out to him. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to catch up with I'm trying to catch up with everybody, so just give me a minute here. All right. Yeah, I'm almost caught up. All right. So shout out to Pookie and Ray Ray for staying out of Thailand.
That's the comment I was laughing at earlier.
Oh, shout out Rich Free. You know the reason why they stay out of Thailand is because they don't want to be on the plane for 20 plus hours. So you got to worry about you got to worry about the short flights, like the Colombias, the Dominican Republics, the Mexico. Those short flights, Oh man, Pookie and Ray Ray ready to pounce. They are not ready to they're not ready to go to Southeast Asia. But you know what's crazy? So they don't have the so they don't have the Pookies and Ray Rays in Thailand, but they got the Billy Bobs and Johnnies in Thailand. See,
Yes, they
that's
do.
the problem.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah,
the reason why I think that now streaming, like the way you film in Thailand, is different is because of some of those channels, man, was doing some weird stuff, like getting weird stuff on YouTube, bro. Like they shut all that down, bro. Like them channels used to have, because I ain't gonna lie, I seen some of the older Thailand videos, man. I'm like, how are they able to put this on YouTube? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You can't even have a girl shaking in a bikini now. They ready to strike it down, like the old stuff.
Oh man. Yeah, I did a man. So one of my homegirls, I did an interview with her. This was months ago, and the thumbnail. So she had did a she what's it called? Like like not I think it's, what is it, a burlesque, like in lingerie. I think that's
Nope.
what. So yeah, so it was a picture. So it was a picture that I was using it for like eye candy or whatever, and they said like it was like nudity. I'm like, nah, she's covered though.
Don't matter.
Yeah, no, I know. It's, man, listen, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And that was like I had to fight for the video where I did interviews in Mexico. I had to fight to keep that one up. And I'm like, why are y'all yellow flagging this? I was like, it's no different than if I was doing a tourism video. I did not highlight just being on women. I actually just highlighted people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just so happened to be women in there. And a couple good looking ones too. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I got you. So listen, guys, I am doing private consultations. You guys can reach out to me on Instagram, or you can email me at kingsandreamspodcast@gmail.com. And if you guys want to know, any traveling tips, especially with Colombia, Medellin to be specific, when it comes to budgeting, first time travelers, renting an apartment, trying to get your feet wet as far as that is concerned, definitely make sure you guys reach out to me, and and I will respond. I'm pretty quick at responding. I think most people would say that. All right. Khalil, shout out to you, but I'm not gonna read your comment, man. I got too many people in the military here, and I just, nah, man, I can't do that, brother.
let me respond to that, man. It's just like, I think that is a gross misrepresentation, right, of brothers and sisters in the Navy specifically. I saw that comment. I was like, I'm gonna jump on that crap. I think that's a gross misrepresentation, because I think you equally have, without, like, if you understand the way curves work in terms of, if you want to talk about people like that, we attribute that to the Navy, but that'd be the same as any other branch of service where you're gone for a long period of time or whatever. And so in my experience, I didn't really see that a lot. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but that's no different than any other industry or service that you have in this country, because the military is a microcosm of this country, right? Pretty much people come from all over the country in about the right proportions. And so, right, you're going to have more people from Texas, you have more people from California, you have more people from New York, just because the nature of those places. So to sit there and try to paint a broad brush and say, yo, something wrong with them Navy dudes or this, that, and the third, I take offense to that, because I served with some good brothers that actually had wives, had families, and out there serving for you, for your freedoms. All right. So I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah, absolutely. I just that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to read the comment because I know that I have a strong military support and I just and like what you said, so I'm gonna leave it with where you left it.
Yeah.
Learn Crypto TV, my brother from another mother, my man Los holding it down in Bogota.
Loose.
What's good, family? Hey, man, definitely make sure that you guys subscribe to this brother's channel. I think he's a few away from 1,000 subscribers as well. And I did a live with him. Shout out to my man Bet Out of Debt and my man Todd Allen. We talked about crypto, we talked about stocks, and we talked about foreign exchange. And man, it was just a great live. We talked about money, and so I gotta put some clips up. I think Lowe's crypto kind of took the show because there were a lot of crypto questions that were being asked. So yeah, I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna probably work on that. Uh, if not tonight, probably tomorrow morning. But yeah, definitely, because financial responsibility is key. And I know that we talk about it, but it's something that we got to keep drilling it. We got to keep drilling because, especially for our people who look like us, because we continue to keep going into debt and debt and debt, and the information is right there for you. I don't understand how you keep going into debt and the information is right there for you. You can go to Google, but you'll go to YouTube and you'll watch some, pardon my language, but bullshit ass TV, and it's like the information is right in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah. I that's kind of one of the things, right? Like, um, I have I have some small things that I'm working on investing in and stuff like that. And actually there's actually a couple bigger things that I want to invest in. So like I have my money in other places moving around and stuff. So
Mhm.
when you have to get serious about, we won't see any change. A lot of people, especially that look like us, are waiting for the government to be a certain way, waiting for certain people to get elected, waiting for people to do things that aren't ever going to do it. I have this conversation with my mom all the time, and I say, listen, mom, my great grandmother when I was a kid said, hey, I vote Democrat or whatever. And I'm not talking about parties, just hear me out on this. And I was like, well, why do you do that? And she said, well, they look out for black people. And I was like, okay. I was a kid when I asked that question. And I'm not saying I vote for one side or the other. I'm just saying the logic and the thinking is she was waiting, thinking that they were going to do something for her. And things are exactly 40 years later, they're the exact same way as that conversation I had with her, or 30 something years later that I had this conversation with my great grandmother. And it's the same no matter what side you're on, red or blue, doesn't matter. Same promises, same things. You're still waiting. Things are exactly the same as they were 40 years ago or 30 years ago, right? 35 years ago, something like that, right?
Yep.
So, what I'm trying to say is until we actually take the onus and save our own money, invest in our own selves, invest in ourselves, right? Again, people don't even have $400 to put into, they don't have $400 for an emergency. So, but guess what? You'll see them with new kicks or a PS5 or that new Gucci bag or something, right? Like none of that stuff makes sense to me. It's like you don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, yet and still you got high end stuff. That makes absolutely no sense. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. And if you want to really be serious about this travel thing, until you have the mindset that I'm going to go without for a little bit so that I can benefit and have later, unless you have that type of mindset, you're going to be exactly in the same place you're in right now. Sorry, I had to get that out there.
No, you good. You good, brother. You good, man. You good.
I go on these little rants, bro. I be in my little zone. I'm like, yo, check this out. Can't cut it off, bro.
No worries, man. No worries, man. Hey, man. I think I did that when I was on your channel too. I went on a couple of rants, so it's all good.
I go into some rants, bro. I be trying to go in some epic rants, bro. I be like, oh.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. I hear you. Big Mike is in the building. Chile or die, man. This Big Mike, Big Mike is the Chile ambassador right
He
there.
is the Chile
Santiago,
ambassador. All right.
yeah, Santiago, Chile is a hidden gem. Big
Okay.
Mike, I'm
Okay.
going, man. You know what? But Big Mike, I got a bone to pick with you, bro, because I always say hit me up on Instagram. You never hit me up on Instagram. You never hit me up on Instagram, man. Um, yes, there's black Chileans here. They live in North Chile near the Peru border. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
You know, yeah, you know what? That is very interesting because that makes for good content right there. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Oh, look at me. Oh, Chile and die. Oh man. All right,
Big
let's.
old jumping on it.
Mm-hmm. Obi-Wan right there, man.
Obi-Wan. I like that. That's funny.
All right, let's see. Okay.
Or if we're in New Orleans, Obi-Wan.
Japrice Morty. Hopefully, I didn't botch your name, man. I apologize if I did. But good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, man. Good evening to you.
That look like
Um,
a lady there, bro. Japrice. Young lady.
oh, I'm so sorry. Whoops. I'm sorry, miss. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, look, I got bad eyes. I'm sorry.
Bro, look, I had to squint. I didn't want to pull these out on y'all, but I didn't want to go ahead and hit y'all one of these numbers right here.
Oh man,
I just played a young dude on TV.
Sorry. Okay. All right. She's a good sport about it. She
Yeah,
laughed.
no, that's funny. That's funny.
I was like, whoa. Whoops.
Had to pull them glasses. I was like,
That's
I
the
think you
man.
got
See,
that.
that's
Look, I was like, look, I think you got that wrong, my man. Hold up there, right quick.
hey,
No.
but you know what? I'm glad you caught that because people in the chat would have just bombed on me like, what you do that for?
I couldn't let your head get bombed on, bro. I got your back. I got your back.
Right. You know the one thing about doing live, you can't say cut. You got to keep going with it.
Ain't no cut, bro.
Right.
And
exactly.
people don't realize how hard it is to react in real time and keep everything. You got to keep the plate spinning and you're reacting in real time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. People think like I do it smooth. I do it smooth now, but it took me a while. It took me a little while. Man, listen, I was rough around the edges.
Man, everybody was rough around the edges on their first live stream. I'm thinking about hiding my first live streams. That's how bad it was.
For real, and you get anxiety too, man. Yeah, man. But well, that's we can continue that conversation another time. Anyway, Rich Free says Bitcoin is on sale. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is Jay. Oh, I'm so sorry. What's going on? Okay, yes. All right. So this is my sister right here. She's actually going to be you know what? Let me promote it now. So she's actually going to be on my live stream. I have a live stream this upcoming Saturday, October 8th. It is Ladies Night, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and all ladies panel. Man, I got 8 or 9 ladies, and we're gonna talk about some topics, man. So,
oh man,
yes,
like
we gonna have a conversation. It's gonna be good. But thank you, Jay, for tuning in. I highly appreciate it, and I am so sorry I made that mistake. But I'm going to blame it on my eyes. All right. Let's see. The Keymaker, I'll be in Ecuador next week. Okay. What part of Ecuador are you going to? Oh, yes. Yeah, I know who you are now, Jay. Absolutely. Yes. I got you now. I feel so bad. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Jay, what's good? Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is killing me,
clowning, bro. Obi-Wan's clowning, bro.
All right, man. So, we are over the 1 hour mark. All right. So now let's get to the traveling part, right? So what are some of the places that you traveled to while you were in the service? And yeah, let's start there. What are some places that you traveled to internationally while you were in the service? Or did everything
So
internationally happen outside of the service?
so in the service, I typically don't talk about where I was at because I was on submarines and stuff, so I don't bring that up.
Okay.
I will say that I don't really count that time toward any of my international travels, and the only reason is because of the way our, you get liberty and you go out thing, right, and stuff like that. So I don't. To me, it doesn't count. I don't even say talk about it, right? I don't
Wait,
even talk
so,
about it.
wait, Sean, I just wanted to interject really quick. I wanted to ask you this quick question. So I actually shout out to Jew Travels, and I asked him something similar, and he was saying that while he was still in service, he did not talk about the places that he went. Now is that just like a military thing, or is that I'm just curious.
Well, yeah, and specifically, some branches of service have no problems talking about where they've been and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Because I was on submarines, you know, that's a little hairy, a little touchy there. You know what I mean? And so I don't talk about those things because
Okay.
one, again, I some people got into the military to travel, and I didn't because to me, having people tell you when you got to be back and all this stuff, to me that don't count, right? It just don't. Um, but I will say that the other reason is that um, because of like I try not to be a target. Let's put it that way. So your boy knows some things, so I try not to talk about those things. So
Understood.
as far as my personal travels, right? Obviously, I've been to Mexico a number of times. I actually lived there a couple months back for the first time. That was my first time living outside of the country, and then I've been to all parts of Canada except Toronto. I haven't been to Toronto yet, but I've been to.
What,
Yeah, I know I missed out on that one. I lived on my I lived when I lived
man?
up when I lived up in New York. I went to Niagara Falls,
Hmm.
Canada, and on the American side,
Hmm.
and I went to Montreal, and then when I lived on in Seattle, I went up to Vancouver, and you got Victoria Island and all that stuff like that. So that's pretty much. I consider this a brand new slate for me because this is my time now. You know what I mean? Like
Gotcha.
the way my life is set up is I sold all my well, like I said, I sold all of it, but I sold a good portion of the things I own. This is the first time in my adult life I don't own a car. So it's been 20 years, 20 plus years that I've owned a vehicle, and I sold everything, and now I am traveling full time. You can see right behind me, there's my luggage there. It's already packed for my next trip, which I will be going on here within the week. Within a week, and I'll be bringing you guys all that footage. I will be in Colombia very soon, and I'm going to be in Cartagena. So this is a brand new experience. Like this, that 5 year plan was okay. One of these days, I'm going to start traveling and actually living in these countries. So I count everything from now, from me selling all my stuff earlier this year. So now I've been on this journey for what month is this? October. So I've been on this traveling, kind of living everywhere, doing my own thing, living out of a suitcase for the last 6 months now.
Okay.
Oh, did I answer your question? Sorry. That's
Yeah, yeah. No, I thought you were gonna continue going, man. But yeah,
Mm-mm.
no, I absolutely, man, absolutely. But I will say this. I will say this. Toronto. I mean, British Columbia is beautiful,
Mm.
definitely. But Toronto is a beautiful city.
I know. I heard, and I've heard people say good things about it, and I also heard people like, and I don't know, like I wouldn't go by the people that go, because I haven't really had a bad time per se in Canada. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't have a bad time, so I can only imagine Toronto got to be pretty cool too. You know what I mean? So
Yep. Oh, so yeah, Montreal. I got family in Montreal. Montreal is nice, and Toronto is nice.
So they made me actually take French in school in Louisiana, right?
Okay.
I wanted to take Spanish, but that's a long story. But the point is, I went up to Montreal, and as you know, they speak English and French.
Right.
And so I tried to use my French up there, but you don't realize until you get these other countries, the little bit of French or Spanish you know is initially going to be bad. But the longer you stay, and we was only there for a couple of days, but once you live in a place, man, and you got to move around and everybody's speaking a certain language, man, you got to pick up words, man. You got to pick up stuff. That's why you need to go check out brother like Habla Conmigo TV, and stuff like that. Get you some language lessons, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
change your whole time, bro.
Hey man, hey, Obi-Wan, I need some coupons, man, for your classes. Need some coupons.
Here's that. I need some cool. I need that Groupon, bro. I need that Groupon.
Yeah, but no, but on a serious note, absolutely. Like you think that you think that like you learn like the language and stuff like that, but then when you got to speak it like rapidly, it's like
Oh
whoa,
man,
whoa, whoa, hold up,
no.
right?
Like yo, you gotta slow that down, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. Okay, and so you moved to Mexico.
Mm.
What part of Mexico? Where you living at?
So the first place that I lived at was so I chose Mexico for one reason.
Yes, yeah. Why
It's
did you choose Mexico?
yeah. So yeah, I figured that'd be a good question. I chose Mexico for two reasons. It's different visiting and then saying now you're going to live there full time, right? Or live there, right? And so I said, okay, well, my phone still works down in Mexico. So my service plan is obviously you can go to Canada or you can go to Mexico, but you can still have your phone. So that was that was huge in my decision to go to Mexico, especially because when you first like settle all your business to move away, you don't realize that like completely selling all your stuff and uprooting your life, like you still got business back in the States trying to like get all that settled. I mean, even after 6 months, there's still things that I need to take care of to kind of like get ready for my big trip that I'm going to make. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to take care of those things now since I'm back in the States right now, helping moms out right now. And then, it's helping me out too in terms of kind of getting myself focused and taking care of things I need. But I chose Mexico because of the proximity, because I had been there a couple times, and I wind up moving to Cancun, but I didn't move or live around the touristy area. I wanted to live in El Centro. I wanted to be in the center of the city, living amongst the people. I didn't want to be now.
Yeah.
If I wanted to go to the tourist area, you get a bus ride. I think it was like 60 pesos,
Right.
right? And
Yeah. So you were downtown Cancun.
actually, it wasn't even 60 pesos. Sorry, it's 12 pesos. 12 pesos for a bus ride, so like 60 cents, something like that.
Right. But
Yep,
yeah. So you live downtown Cancun.
yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep. Okay.
And
Yeah.
then
So
and then so I did that for about a month. I had an Airbnb because I like to live in places a month at a time, right?
mhm.
So I had the Airbnb for a month. I would walk, catch the bus and stuff like that. And then, I said, you know what, man, let me I don't know what made me just say, let me try Playa del Carmen. Um, and also some plans had changed. So I was like, well, let me go to Playa del Carmen because I thought I was gonna go to Colombia. Like I was gonna stay a month in Cancun, a month in Playa del Carmen, and then I was gonna try to hit up other countries. And then something came up here in the States, and that's kind of why I'm back, right? So and thank goodness I did come back when I did. But what happened is I didn't follow that plan, and I wound up staying in Playa del Carmen for 2 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like. Yeah. Playa del Carmen is one of the places that I do like. There's they have a very big expat community there.
Yes,
So
they do. It's huge. and very supportive too. So my uncle during the pandemic was living down in Playa del Carmen, so I'd already had enough lowdown. And I'm walking. I had just left the gym. I'm walking down the street, and I see a brother. He riding his bike. We kind of did the whole, we did the, our little silent. I see you. You see me. And then he pulled back around. He said, "Bro, you just had like a good energy. You walking around." I said, "Man, I'm happy. Shit, I'm living in Mexico. Like my energy and my spirit is nice, bro."
Right.
And then we started talking. He said, "Yeah, I've been living down here since 2015." I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, "Yo, 2015. You know what year it is? Right? It's 2022." And so he was like, we started talking. I said, "Yeah, my uncle lived down here." And when I brought up my uncle, he was like, "Oh, I know him. That's Brother Sifu." That's what my uncle go by because he studies like martial arts and Tai Chi, and he used to be a black belt. So he was going by the Brother Sifu at that time. And so like Brother Sifu, he's like, "Yeah, what else?" I said, "That's my Uncle Nolan." And so it's a small world, and that's the expat community there. And then that dude would invite me to expat events down there. And I saw just beautiful events with brothers and sisters, man, just chocolate city right there, just fellowship and coming together, right? So everybody want to talk about passport bros are dusty and passport bros are distant sisters and this, that, and the third. It's like, y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about, man.
Right.
I seen us fellowshipping the way we should fellowship, right? So all this talk, you can tell people don't know what the hell they talking about, man. You know what I mean? Like they trying to start something that don't need to be there. So that my humble opinion.
No, it's true. It's true. It's true. And we'll definitely get there. We'll definitely get there because that's something that I definitely want to touch on. So let me just get to
Yeah, I can see a chat, bro.
yeah, okay. All right. So Jay says, "No worries, sir." All right, definitely
She
appreciate
forgives you.
that. Yes, she does. Thank you for forgiving me. Um how do I say this? Guayaquil, Ecuador. I know I'm probably botching that name. My bad, my bad. Then she says to you, thank you for your service. Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you, Jay. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Yep.
And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely make sure that you guys like and subscribe to my channel and make sure that you guys are hitting the notification bell. Also, if you are an expat or half pat or looking to be an expat, there is a list of 300 remote jobs that I actually have in my possession. And I actually got that from Andre Love Crossing Borders. So salute to the big bro.
Yeah, thanks
And
for that. I got
so,
that too.
yeah, so definitely be willing to share that information with you guys. Just make sure that you guys shoot me an email, kingsandreamspodcast@gmail.com. And also, you guys can send me a message on Instagram as well, Kings and Dreams. Let's see here. Oh, whoops, hold on. Let me go
I
back
was
here.
like, you missed one.
Yeah. So TSG Uncut, Kings and Dreams. In Mexico, mainstream media makes it look like it's like living Nightmare on Elm Street. Let me tell you something.
Please go. You start on it first. Please go, because
Let me yeah. Let me tell you something, right? Because
Guayaquil. Guayaquil. Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
quiet kid. Thank you, thank you, Obi. Thank you, man. But okay, so let me get back to the seriousness. So let me say this, right? Because the thing is that even before like I started traveling and stuff like that, right? I would look at stuff on TV, on TV, the news, or on the internet, what was being said as far as with these other countries, and you would just think like you would go over there and they like would kidnap you from the airport, hold you for ransom, or whatever the case is. It is completely not like that. It is, of course, there are some bad areas. There's some bad areas in the states. I mean,
Right.
look at the year. Like we're in fourth quarter of this year, but look at how many school shootings there have been. Right? You know, you go to any metropolitan city. There's bad neighborhoods. There's all that, right? And I grew up in one of the toughest neighborhoods in New York, in probably the whole United States. I say all that to say that I agree with Rich Free, because if you just focus on what is being said online, TV, whatever the case is, from the media standpoint, you would just stay in America and just think like, you know what, I'm safe here. What I
Right.
will what I will say is that once you get that passport and you actually get to see different places for yourself, you will actually say, "Wow, I can't believe that I was actually going to think about not traveling when there's 195 countries and you only want to stick in one."
Right.
I'll leave it there.
Right. I'm gonna just jump on that and say that again, there are bad areas everywhere you go. There are conveniences that you're going to be missing in some of these places. Yes, that'll happen too. But, and, you do, when you go to other countries, you still have to keep your head on a swivel. But I will tell you that even with me having to keep my head on a swivel, that's just something that, K and D, you just said just now, like you lived in a bad neighborhood. Obviously, I'm from New Orleans. So, like, even in my own hometown, like I just finished visiting there like a month and a half ago. And you should say, well, that's your hometown. You should feel safe. Like, nah, actually, I had my head on a swivel more in New Orleans than I did living in Mexico, if that make any sense. And you just have to be careful, man. Like, look, you got to move that way no matter where you go. But I would say one of the biggest crimes and one of the biggest atrocities is how mainstream media, movie, TVs rob us of opportunities because they've planted what they want us to know and what they want us to feel. Because I mean, like every time I talk about going to Colombia and K&D, you can probably attest to this wherever, right? Because I'm not going until next week. But everybody's like, oh, Colombia. Everybody thinks of the same damn thing when you say Colombia. All they're saying is like, oh, you got to worry about Pablo Escobar and all this stuff. And that's offensive to them people, man, to talk about that. They've moved on. They're trying to move on from that stigma. You know what I mean? And so I just think that go because you want to go. Do your own research. Do not allow TV, media, negative people to take out of your head your dream. You know what I mean? And fear is going to be the thing that holds you back from doing it. But whenever it feels scary or it feels like you're about to leap too far, that's when you need to do it.
I completely agree, brother. I completely agree. You mentioned fear. Fear is probably one of the most.
It's a method of control. That's what the hell it is, man.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it is. It is. It is. It's definitely a method of control. Definitely a method of control. And we got to get out. We got to get outside of our own heads, man. You know. So someone that's been living in Colombia for about two
no
years.
damn way. I'm sorry. I read a comment like, yeah, okay. Keep
Oh
on.
yeah, man! Shout out to Learn Crypto TV.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, for sure, bro. I'll hit you up out there.
Yeah. Oh man, man. Listen. So this is a brother. So this is a brother who lives in Colombia, who lives in
Yeah.
Colombia. You know, I would say most of the time in Bogota, another part of the time in Cartagena, and he's good. I think there was only one situation that Learn Crypto talked about, whatever, but. And in Bogota is a metropolitan city. As I mentioned, any metropolitan city, you're likely almost or will something will likely. How do I want to say this? You may see something, or something may be very close to you that may happen.
Listen. Let me jump in there because I know what you're trying to get to. Aircraft carriers, right? Aircraft carriers in the Navy
Mm-hmm.
hold 3,000 to 5,000 people, depends on if the air wing is on it or not. it is literally the equivalent of a floating city, right? Most cities, that's the size of a city, 3,000 to 5,000 people. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, everything a city has, they have on the aircraft carrier. What I mean is, you have crime on aircraft carriers, you have gangs, you have prostitution, you have everything a city has in terms of dynamics. You have now, they try to crack down on that. They don't like to advertise that that's happening in the military, but you have it. So whenever you are in any type of city or metropolitan area, that's common to every city and metropolitan area. You just gotta know where to, you gotta know how to hold yourself, how to walk. Don't be like a victim, man. You know what I mean? Don't walk around and be a trick or a mark, man, that people can see you, man. You know what I mean? If they see you being overly cautious, then they're gonna be cautious. They know they can't get the drop on you. You know what I'm saying? So just gotta keep those things in mind. I mean, it's not to scare you, it's just, again, I'm more scared being in the States right now than I was being in Mexico. Just facts.
Nah, I hear you, and a lot of brothers say that, man. A lot of brothers say that. Sisters too. And again, just make sure that you guys are subscribing to TSG Uncut. That is the link right there. Oh, Big Mike, I see a comment here, but I gotta get to my brother right here.
Yo.
Jiu-Jitsu passport. Good morning, gentlemen. Jiu-Jitsu passport. Brother.
That's one of my Navy brothers right there. One of my shipmates there, bro.
Oh, really? So
Well,
you guys like know each other.
no. We know each other from the YouTube spaces, but how we became fast friends is the fact that he's military. He was military as well, right? And so that's how we kind of want to rock.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
oh
okay.
yeah. So
I got you. Yeah, man. Shout out to Jiu-Jitsu passport, man. Yeah, so this is another good brother. Definitely make sure that you guys subscribe to his channel as well. And he lives in Thailand. Lives in Thailand.
yep.
Going for his black belt, uh, martial arts, and he got a fight coming up soon. So I asked him. If we could get it live streamed because I want to see the fight. I want to see the action, man.
You gotta film. Hey, Jiu-Jitsu passport. You gotta have that live, bro.
Oh man, yeah, we gonna have a watch party. I'm gonna put that on a big screen TV. So I don't know if you guys know, but this is a 75-inch TV screen behind me. A little flex, whatever, but it's cool. But yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna stream it there, man. So
You making me miss my TV that's in storage right now in Vegas, bro. Like, man, I miss my living room. I ain't gonna lie.
that's the one thing, right? That's the one thing, and I'll get a little bit off topic, but shout out to shout out to excuse me. Shout out to my man Jorge, my journey with mom. So he talked about how he sold his car, $80,000 car. You talked about how you sold your car, right? Here's the
Yeah.
one thing, right? I will sell a lot of stuff. The big screen, nah, you coming with me, bro.
No. Listen. I think I have a 50. No, I have a 65-inch in my storage unit.
Yeah.
And my uncle's like, "You want to sell that back to me?" I was like, "Hell no, I'm keeping this. Is my TV, man. I put that in storage. Look, I'd pay $100 and something a month to keep that and a few of my other trinkets in storage, bro. I don't give a damn because I don't feel like,
you, bro.
I mean, I could buy a new one, but I'm like, that one already got. You know how like you got to look like you got a smart TV in the background, right? So it's a smart TV. So man, it's already programmed for all my shows, all my little channels and stuff. The little thing, bro. All I gotta do is just plug that thing in and connect it to the internet. Ready to go.
Yep. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely, man.
Anyway, that's off topic.
Nah, no worries, man. All right. So Big Mike says, Arica, Chile, the town near Peru, is where the Afro-Chileans are. Some of them mixed in, so they got the yellow bone look to them. Okay.
Oh, damn.
All right. And then brothers got to try something other than DR and Colombia. Okay, I hear you. No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
So for sorry, real quick, for me, Big Mike, my thing is that I have countries that have just been on my list forever. And if you guys don't know, and I suggest like if you are really interested in traveling or whatever, or you do travel, whatever. But every year, one of the things I used to look at, or that I look at every year to motivate myself, is Forbes has a list of the cheapest places to live, right? So it's about to be the end of this year. So Forbes will have a new list of the cheapest places to live in 2023. And then they'll rank them and stuff like that. And I would look at that list every year to every 6 months. And what that would do is it would, first of all, tell me where the pricing is at, what's the new number one and why. They tell you all of that. But it would motivate me to say, man, okay, I need this much money to be able to get there and be able to accomplish this goal of being able to live in these different places. And so if you need motivation to be like, how do I make this happen for you guys that are interested in doing all this stuff, looking at that Forbes list and keeping your own list and doing your own research is going to give you the motivation to be able to want to leave and get out of there. So as I agree, I don't like Big Mike. I don't even plan on going to DR. I mean, I might eventually someday, but it's not really big on my list. Like I have my own list. You see what I'm saying? And so I suggest you guys make a list of places you guys want to go. Hopefully I can check out Jiu-Jitsu Passport here this winter because Thailand is on my list, right? So like I'm about to go to Colombia soon. If I like it, I might go back one more time because I got another brother that wants to go back another time, whatever. So, you know, at the end of the day, man, like make your own list. Go to where you want to go. Don't go to a place just because everybody else is going. Go where you want to go.
Right.
So,
And what I will say is that like for new travelers, I would say Mexico, DR, and Colombia. And I don't Mexico doesn't get enough justice though because Mexico is so big. But I want to say certain parts of Mexico, certain parts of Colombia and Dominican Republic, like I understand why brothers like talk about that a lot because a lot of brothers are like first time travelers and they're kind of getting their feet wet. And I would say like those are probably three places where you can go and you know definitely get your feet wet, especially in Dominican Republic, like in the Puerto Plata, Sosua area. Like there's a lot of expats there, and
mhm.
so like they could kind of put you under the wing, so to speak. You know, shout out to Flip Flop, all of them. You know, a lot of them out there. I don't want to shout every single one of them, but like there's a lot out there. And in Colombia, you got Los. I guess you would call me a half pack because I'm out there 6 to 8 times a year. You know, you got Andre Love crossing borders. You got a couple of people that's out there, right? And so with Mexico, you got QB passport flexing. You got my man Social Light Skin. He is in Playa del Carmen. Also, my man BG's in Playa del Carmen. But yeah, I
I
mean,
want I
so
want to did I run into those brothers while I was out there? Who
you
knows?
probably did. You probably did. You probably did. But you know what one of the things I just want to say is that I understand why some of these places are talked about a lot. It's because you have the resources there. So I would say once you get your feet wet, then you should start going out to other places like your Asias and different parts of Europe and of course the motherland Africa and things like that, right? You know what I
Of
mean?
course,
So
yep, yep.
I completely get that. I completely get that. Um, all right. So for you, my next question to you would be, uh, what are the five places that are on your list? If you're keeping it close to the vest, that's cool.
No. I have no problem with sharing that.
Okay.
So my list has kind of changed, but I can say for like, so you know, I got to go back to Mexico. That was cool. But
Mhm.
this time I got to actually live there. And to me, that was an opportunity for me to be able to work on my Spanish because the first couple times I went, I didn't know much of any. You know, I just knew a few words. So me being in Mexico was an opportunity for me to be home just in case I take care of some things and to learn Spanish. I'm actually going to Colombia. That's on my list. So I'll actually be in Colombia next week. And the next place I wanted to try out was oh my God, I can't Panama. But the reason why I wanted to check out Panama is because I used to read it was a great country for expats. So at some point, traveling all over the place and trying to do it and kick it like, like I'm young ain't gonna work. So like I want to make sure I check out a number of places because at some point I'm just gonna stop leaving and going. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna want to find a place to kind of settle at. So I want to check that place out. Actually, like from that whole South America thing, there's so many countries to check out. Like it'd be a waste not to check out a lot of those places. Ecuador, Chile, Peru, like my uncle did. He was living in Playa del Carmen too, and then he went to Peru for a little bit, Lima, Peru, all that stuff. But I would say the top ones would be Mexico. Well, I already did Mexico. I don't really count that. Let's say Colombia, Thailand, Brazil, South Korea, Philippines, and then it probably will be about it'll probably be into my next 5-year plan, somewhere like 3 to 4 years from now. I'll be looking to do like a Europe tour so I can see those countries. But I want to get my Spanish down. I want to live in some of these countries for a little bit. You guys will see it on the channel. Even if I live in a country just for a month at a time, I'm just going to knock a lot of these places out. Bam, live there for a month, next country. Live there for a month, next country. So I'm just trying to get all my affairs in order so I can make this a reality. But what I plan to do is I'm hoping that this winter, during the winter months up until the spring, I'm probably going to go over toward Asia. So I'll probably be looking at Thailand.
I'll be there in April. I'll be there in April for.
Well, I might have to stay there for another month then, but I'll probably be leaving in about April.
I don't think so. They got this event called Songkran, and they're bringing Rolling Loud out there around the same time.
Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah,
we'll see.
Listen. All I know is April is going to be.
Oh man, how y'all gonna be up there putting it? I'm reading the comments, bro. Like, oh man, I guess I'm gonna have to stay till May.
Hey man.
Hey, actually, it works out. My birthday is in April, so I'll be able to stay and celebrate.
Oh, there we go. Hey, wait a minute. I think time to retire. I think time to retire birthday is in April too.
Yeah, man. It's probably got enough. We got a couple of Taurus, Aries in there.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect, man. Perfect. All right. So now what like let's talk about like the scenery of places where you've been, right?
Yeah.
Now what was the favorite place that you've been to as far as like the landscape and scenery? What was your favorite place thus far?
Ooh. That's kind of tough.
Did I stump you?
You did, because I kind of can't. I know people say, "Oh, I remember this," and I point this out. Right? It's kind of hard for me to do that because, like, I don't think I'm doing the tropical places justice. Because when I was in the States, I also lived in Hawaii for 6 years. So when I was living, when I left Cancun and went to Playa, right? That's a beach town, which is really up my alley. Like, I could really see me living in a place that's sort of like that. That's kind of that's kind of me. That's like, that would be a kind of town you would see me retire in. You know what I mean? Okay. Something small, quaint. I'm not a big beach person anymore, near the beach, but I can go, I can get there, but everybody's just kind of chill and laid back. But it's hard for me to answer that because, like, I love hiking waterfalls and stuff like that. So I look forward to going to Costa Rica because it's supposed to have very beautiful waterfalls and scenery there. But I would say, because when you say that, then I think about when I was in Canada and I got to see Niagara Falls. I mean, like, goddamn impressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's definitely a sight to see.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I still have a lot more to explore. Like I said, it's like, my travel journey, this is the beginning stages of me being a full-time traveler. You know what I mean? Like I said, this
Okay.
just started 6 months ago when it comes to this. Because again, you know, some of the most beautiful things I've seen was just like I said, living in Hawaii, bro. Like, or, you know, like being on top of the submarine and you're just in the middle of the ocean. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that is just crazy, bro. Like I can't pinpoint my experience to one thing. If anything, I take my experiences as a holistic thing and I say, well, I want more and I want to see more. There's more out there. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much more that I want to see and do. And like, part of that'll be part of my travels when I get to Cartagena, because part of it'll be, you know, the normal stuff, but me and my buddy also going to check out like an island or something out there off the coast or whatever like that. So there's just a whole bunch of things. I'm just taking this, living in the moment, man, and taking this in one moment at a time, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
You know, I completely get it. So what you're saying is that you as you gain as you travel more, you'll probably be able to kind of give more the a definitive answer. But at this point in time, right now, you are just enjoying the travel experience as a whole because
Yeah.
now now you're setting yourself to travel and things of that sort. So let me pivot
So,
now. Let
so
me.
like, and again, real quick, it's just like, think about it, right?
Yep.
Like, I hear people talk about seeing the Caribbean or doing this or, you know, looking out into this. And I just don't, like, don't get me wrong. I'm impressed when I see it every time. But my experiences have been somewhat corrupted because, again, I lived in Hawaii for 6 years, bro. I lived on an island for 6 years, right? I've hiked so many waterfalls, bro. Like I stopped going on like just hikes where you walk out and you just do normal hikes, you don't see nothing. Like I would only do waterfall hikes. I was addicted to waterfall hikes. So I'm saying that like now my experience is corrupted because to me that type of living is the best, if
Right.
that makes sense. The freedom
Yep.
is the best. And that's what the life I have right now. Like I'm more addicted to the freedom of it and the ability to be able to say, okay, well, I can go live here for a month. I can go do this. That's addictive. The day by day just trying to appreciate life is the addictive part of the travel for me because it's a new experience every day. You know what I mean? Like there
Right.
were days that like I might have had a good beach day, but there was a day that I went to just a real local bar where nobody spoke English, and that was probably one of the best times I ever had. Even though you know I still had to work through my little Spanish issues, but but what I'm saying is that experience was so enriching. Like
Right.
it was an adrenaline rush for me because now I'm in in acting in real time. And that is the kind of experience and the richness that you feel when you travel, man. You know what I mean? Like that's the best way I can explain it. Like I get the same feeling being in that little bar trying to like work on my Spanish as I do being inside of a waterfall. I mean, it's hard to explain that, man. I just get a rush from every moment. And again, I had that car accident 8 years ago. So I'm just a little bit more appreciative of every moment, every day.
Absolutely, man. No, I get it. I get it, brother. I completely get it, man. I completely get it. Now here's something that you can't run away from. The food.
Oh man, here we go.
The
I,
food.
uh, you asked it. Damn, you might have the wrong person on this thing, man, because I'm from New Orleans, man. Ain't no
It's pretty hard to beat New Orleans, man.
Well, you know what's funny? When I went into the military, one of the hardest things was learning, like, because I've lived in 7 states, right?
Hmm.
And I've, like I said, I've traveled to 40 or 50 of them, and I've eaten in damn near, well, most places. And when I first left New Orleans, oh my God, it probably took me about a good 5 years out of New Orleans for me to like, food wasn't nasty. You know what I mean? Like the food is so good.
Yeah.
everything outside of New Orleans just like it's like, man, this is straight trash, man. Like,
Right.
do you even know what season it is? Or like, like you questioning everything, man. And then again, the richness of your experiences as you travel more, as you see more places, you start realizing, like, okay, well, this city has got the best this, and this city has got the best that, or you know what I mean? And so now as far as eating away traveling, there were certain things that I was pleasantly surprised that was so good and so delicious. Right? I just shockingly good. And there were certain things like things that we eat normally here, like in the States, whatever, and you'd be like, it was trash there. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
I will never eat a hamburger again in Mexico. Just I'm done. They don't make good hamburgers, but they, uh, but there was, but
That's true. That's true. Like the burgers. I mean, yeah, that's true. Like the hamburgers are like they're all right. Like they're edible, but they're not.
it ain't good, man. You know what? Maybe it's the damn steroids they put in our cows here or something, bro. I don't know. It's like they put that crack in them cows, bro. But I gotta say, street tacos were amazing. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't even realize this, man. They in Mexico they had a lot of Italian food, bro. Like I didn't realize they ate as much pizza as I do. And they had actually like a lot of Italian restaurants, and the food was really flavorful. It wasn't like you go to an Italian. If I go to an Italian restaurant here, they don't overly season the food because you can't do that, right? You don't want to over season. But there, it was flavorful. I was like, God dang, this is really good. This is some real good food.
All right.
So, I ate a variety of things. You're gonna stick close to the vest and eat the things that you like, but what I tried to do was just eat in different places. Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just because you're at a place, don't well certain places you're gonna go to or that I'm gonna go to that you have no choice. This is the food you got and you got to eat it. But the good thing is there was a lot of diversity of food in Mexico that you're not bored. You just may not like it all.
Right.
And then obviously Canada is Canada, so that I don't even next on food from that.
No, no worries, man. I get it though. I get it. And New Orleans, it's tough to compete with food wise, man.
Man, look,
Definitely.
when I went back there, like so I left Mexico and I went straight into New Orleans, right? Because I was there for my reunion. And so the first thing I do when I get into town is I get a shrimp po' boy. And I find, whatever, overstuffed shrimp falling out of the po' boy, whatever. The first thing I get every time I go to New Orleans. So anyway, I got this po' boy. I got it in the car, and now I'm driving. Man, when I got done with that po' boy and pulled the car with a side, they got French bread crumbs all down my shirt. There's crumbs everywhere in the car, bro. I don't know. I ate that damn po' boy like I was the Cookie Monster or something, bro. Like it wasn't even cool, bro. And I'm here at mom's, man. And mom's just like, oh, baby, I made some red beans today, red beans and rice, baby. I got some cornbread. And I'm like, oh, I lost 15 pounds in Mexico, and now I've already gained 10 of them back.
Yeah, what's so funny, right? So shout out to Jedi Drees. I was supposed to so I was supposed to link up. I was supposed to link up. There was a festival in July in New Orleans, and I was planning on going down there. I was planning on going down there.
Sound like the Essence Festival.
Yeah, it was. It was the Essence Festival. It was the Essence Festival, and so man, you better not come down here. He was like, you gonna blow up to 400 pounds. I was like, damn. I was like, yeah, he was, and I was like, why? I was like, well, why haven't you blown up? He was like, well, I'm from here, so I'm like, he's like, what? He's like, what? I'm from here. And he's like, and two. He was like, and two. I go to the gym like 3 times, like 3 times a day.
Bro, you gotta go way more than normal, bro. When you here out here, bro, like it ain't even. And here's the thing: the worst part is since I've been back home, I haven't been working out like I should. But because of my age, I let my body heal up. Cause when I was in Playa, man, that damn gym there, bro. Ooh, it made me work though.
Yeah,
It made me work.
absolutely.
Everybody was pretty there, bro. Everybody looked like Instagram
Oh yeah,
model.
yeah. I thought that's where you was gonna go.
No. You knew exactly what I was talking about, bro. Bro. I got in there and I was 240 when I moved to Mexico, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking, I'm like, for the first time, now I've been a skinny kid all my life, or slim, right? Nola Slim there, you know what I'm saying? Been slim all my life, bro. I got in that gym. That was the very first time in my whole life that I felt fat.
Dang.
Cause I had 240, I was big, but I had a midsection.
Yeah.
And dudes in this damn gym all got like that V. You know what I mean? They live in that beach
they
life.
all cut and ripped.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, oh my God. But it made me work on it. So I did get to 2 abs. I could see 2 abs again. Hadn't seen 2 abs since I left the military like 4 years before.
Yeah. No, absolutely though. Absolutely. I mean, that's the, speaking of that, man, that's the one thing that will inspire you, man, because when you go to the gym or when you just happen to like see people running or jogging or whatever,
Yeah.
and for me, and like I'm like, man, you know what? Like I thought I was only gonna do 1 hour. Nah, man, I gotta do like 2.5. I gotta do 2.5. No, for real,
Bro,
you get that inspiration though. For real, you really get that inspiration, man.
Especially if you go a couple of days in a row, and I was noticing the same people going every day, and I was like, nah, man, y'all ain't about to outwork me, whatever. Like,
right.
At least that's what my head is saying, right? The me from the military that's got to be the best and got to do the best. I was like, nope, I'm coming back tomorrow. This is gonna happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right. You know what's funny, right? I always talk about Kobe Bryant, RIP. That's my favorite player outside of Magic Johnson. But so Kobe had this story. Well, no, it was Tracy McGrady. He was telling this one story about Kobe, and so I guess Tracy McGrady came in the gym.
Oh no, that wasn't Tracy McGrady. That was Jay Williams. I know that story because I have a motivational video I did about a month ago on this channel, maybe a little bit over a month ago.
Oh, yes.
And at the end of it is that story where Jay Williams talks about Kobe Bryant working, like he was working out before he got to the gym. He waited, he left. Kobe, he went back in to see what was going on. Kobe was still bouncing that basketball. And then the next day he drops 40 on him. And he said, Kobe, yo, why you work out so much like that? He's like, because no matter how hard you work, I'm willing to outwork you. Man, that mentality, that's mentality, baby.
Right.
Hey, and listen, let's equate that back to what we're talking about on purpose and stuff. Is that mentality that you gotta have in order to see your purpose in your dream. Like you gotta be on your purpose to see your dreams come through, right? People that are hyper successive are obsessive about what they do. You know what I mean? And I have to tell myself to take a break from doing this kind of stuff. Like I tell myself to take breaks from it because if not, I get hyper into it, man. Because I want to succeed. I want to be the best. I to be the best, but I don't care about being the best. But I want to be successful and I want to be good. You know what I mean? I want to be something that people get something value from. If that makes sense.
No, you're absolutely correct, right? And early in the stream, and we kind of cracked a little joke at Andre Love Crossing Borders. Well, me really, because I said he had like 10 channels. But the thing is that successful people are typically hyper obsessive about whatever it is that they do, and so and all of the channels that Andre has, he's successful in all of them. I think Andrea's channel is monetized or it's about to be monetized, but she got over 1,000 subscribers. So he's getting super chats from all of his channels.
Yeah.
Merch, all that. So Yes, you definitely have to be hyper obsessive about what it is that you want to do and succeed, and also the sacrifice.
Right.
It's gonna
It
be
is. It
it's gonna
is sacrifice.
yeah it's
And listen, I'm dealing with that issue right now, right? Because I was having this conversation with my daughters, or one of my daughters, and I have I have twin daughters, and they're grown. But I was having a conversation with the youngest twin, and I'm like, look, I know you want me to be this traditional daddy, whatever, because I was gone a lot, and I get that. And I said, we're gonna have a whole different type of relationship. We're adults now. I said, but you got to understand, our family used to own businesses, plural,
mhm.
and now there's zero. Okay, so at some point, if we want to see the success within our family, somebody's going to have to pioneer and going to have to do the work that nobody else is going to want to do. Somebody's going to have to make that sacrifice, right? And that was a regret of my dad. My dad had 5 mom and pop stores, sold chicken in them and stuff like that. And he actually opened up his chicken place the exact same time as Al Copeland did. You know who Al Copeland is?
I heard of him.
Al Copeland started Popeyes.
Okay.
And Popeyes originated in New Orleans.
Oh, I do know that.
So look at Popeyes nowadays. You can say Popeyes anywhere in this goddamn country, and people know what the hell you're talking about.
Yep.
And so my dad's dying regret was that he messed up, and then he had to pay for it. When he got out of jail, he could not get his businesses back to where they were. And my middle brother, so I said I told you I grew up an only child, but I'm not an only child. My middle brother told me that dad's regret was that he couldn't get his businesses back to where they used to be. Right. So at some point, if you want to see the change in your family and yourself, you're going to have to make sacrifices, and some tough sacrifices. So, I put in the work now. I'm trying to plant the seeds of trees that I'll never sit under and see the shade. Well, hopefully I see a little shade. Hence my lifestyle right now. Right. Hence I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because I've seen too many people like, oh, I worked so hard to get y'all this, and you barely see the fruits of your own labor, right? You could be Moses and get to the top of the mountain and never see it come to fruition. And I'm like, look, man, I'm going to try to do both at the same time.
There you go. I hear that, man. I hear that. All right. So let me get to, all right. So we have hit the 2-hour mark. So let me get to some more comments, and then we're going to get ready to close this thing out.
Sounds good.
All right. Let's see. Jiu-Jitsu Passport says that's pretty much what I did, Sean.
So he was talking about how he did his initial travel, right? He started off probably like kind of close to the vest, and then he started like branching out, and then he said, okay, well, I think I was also talking about living in places month to month as well, right? So live in a place for a month and then find a new place and then move there. So yeah, that's respectable. Yeah, like I think it's the best way to be able to see the most things. Because I got to do this while I'm relatively young, quote unquote. Because there's going to be some point where you're going to be like, I don't feel like just uprooting every month. You know what I mean? Right. Or every couple months, right? So, right. It's something. But right now I'm having a little fun. I still feel pretty young. Other than got to wear these damn reading glasses every now and then. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish your comment.
It's all.
Got to read that screen.
It's all good. It's all good.
What are they talking about in this chat over here?
Oh man, all good, brother. All good. Yes. April is Songkran. Yes, I will be there. Rich Free says Kings and Dreams, TSG Japan is wide open right now. Are you interested? Yes, I'm interested in Japan. So let me tell you. So Flyboy and I were actually supposed to go to the Olympics in Tokyo in 2020, man. And we pretty much Yeah, we pretty much had everything set, tickets, all that.
Dang.
Yeah, we got our stuff refunded, but we were gonna go out there, but yeah, I don't know when I'm going to Japan, but Japan is definitely on my list. Like I definitely want to go to Japan. Rich Free, if you have been to Japan, definitely hit me up and give me some good intel, man. Give me some good intel.
Facts. When you give it to him, he'll get in contact with me.
Buck Travel. How's the woman looking out there? Okay, sorry. Whoops, that's
Yeah.
Big Mike. Yeah, all right.
Japan for me, man. You know, it's funny. I know so many brothers that like talk about Japan or went to Japan because obviously I know a lot of military dudes, stuff like that. And it's funny because part of me is interested, and then
Yeah.
part of me is like, cool. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I do want to see it. I think it'd be a waste to be on that side of the world and not try to see it. Unfortunately, this trip that I'm going to do for the winter isn't about that. I'm really trying to stack, for me, I'm trying to stack cheese. I'm going to be working on some other little projects and stuff like that. And there's some money things that I'm going to be working on too. But I am really trying to buy property. So
Okay. Now, are you willing to disclose where, or are you keeping that close to the vest?
no, actually, like I was thinking Playa del Carmen. I saw some condos being built, or there's some condos out there, and the reason why I'm choosing that is because it's close enough that it'll like it's close enough that I can keep my tabs on it. Depends on where I'm living at in the world, but obviously, like it's a good place to be at to be have that investment property, but close to the states. Um, the town, I told you I fell in love with the town because it reminds me of my favorite city in the country, which has to be like I love going to San Diego. That's probably like one of my favorite cities to go to. I love beach towns. I love that little feel. You know what I mean? Where you just wear flip flops and just walk around everywhere. And it's booming, starting to pick up. So
San Diego?
Playa del Carmen.
Oh, Playa. Oh, yeah. Well, I was so that kind of threw me off because Playa del Carmen is starting to pick up. I guess I've never seen Playa del Carmen down because I've been to Playa del Carmen like three or four times,
Right.
and every time like even in the pandemic in 2020, it was lit.
Well, yeah, because Mexico was one of the few places that were actually open during the pandemic.
Yes, yeah. Mexico was
Matter of
wide
fact,
open.
matter of fact, Mexico is the reason I caught COVID.
Well, next subject. No,
Next subject. Oh
well,
man,
there's that.
man, I got back home. I was like, man, I'm not feeling well.
Man, man, you know what, man? I think everybody done caught. I think everybody done caught it.
Man, look,
Yeah, I'm gonna move on because I don't want people to feel no type of way.
yeah, of course.
But anyway, but yeah, definitely make sure that you guys connect with me on Instagram, Kings and Dreams. All right, and so time to retire says, Thailand is safe and the cost of living is low. U.S. dollar is the highest it's ever been. I mean, it's been in 15 years. Condos and villas are cheap. Food is very cheap, and beaches are very beautiful.
And that's why I'm going there, brother. That's why I plan to be there for the winter, man. Stay there for a few months, stack my cheese, bro. I'm working. I'll be working and twerking out there. Working and twerking. Well, I don't know about the twerking. I got a bad back. See, the doctor said I need a backiotomy. So
Anthony, Fontana, Puerto,
Fontano.
Fontano. Okay,
It's
Puerto.
Frenchy. It's Frenchy.
Oh, you know him?
No, I don't. I'm saying I know the last name. It's Fontano
Ah.
is one of those Louisiana names. So.
Okay. Okay. Puerto Escondido.
Escondido.
Escondido. Puerto Escondido.
Mm.
All right.
Hey.
Let's see. Big Mike. The women in Chile are different by region. The Afro-Chilean are some of the most feminine women I've been around. Santiago, Chile. They got a bunch of snow bunnies. If that's your type, yeah, I've got to get to Chile. Again, for private consultation with me, if you want to talk about, you're a first time traveler, and or if you are actually looking to rent property before you want to own, kind of get your foot in the waters. Definitely make sure that you guys contact me, whether it be via email, kingsanddreamspodcast@gmail.com, or you can shoot me an instant message on Instagram. All right, let's see. I'm just closing down on these comments. XL Pro says, I understand. Um, Not sure what that was in reference to, but no worries, brother. Um, it's like Indian food here in Thailand. It's amazing, and Sean is right on point with his food views.
Yeah, it's like some things are great, some things are, and that was to my reference right there about the me eating the po' boy like the Cookie Monster, man, having them crumbs all over me. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely. Cookie. I had to laugh at that. He says, "You fellas have a good evening. I have to get back to editing these videos. Keep up the great work." Yeah, man. Because it's 10. It is 10:15 a.m. over there, man. So definitely, I get it, brother. I get it, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be editing tonight too.
Okay, man. So we are over the 2 hour mark, and
they got a couple more comments. Make sure you catch the Rich Free there.
That's right. He's talking to you.
Yeah, when I talked about being obsessed with what you do, man.
Oh,
and it's just If that's what you like doing, man, then do it with purpose, bro. Yep. Do it with purpose. Do it with purpose and conviction, man. That's why I talk about being on your purpose, man, because I never understood the expression doing something you love, right? Like doing something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And so I think that's what this YouTube journey is for me, right? This YouTube journey is about I love doing it. I mean, it's frustrating as hell. You know what I mean? It's frustrating when you put in a lot of effort, hours into a video and then nobody watches it. But here's the thing. It's like I make another video, on to the next video. You know what I mean? So like at the end of the day, my job, like, listen, man, at the end of the day, I want to put it out. Like my channel now is predominantly younger men. Like, so the demographic shifted. It used to be a little bit older. Then it was like my age range between 35 and 44. And now the biggest bulk of my channel now is actually 25 to 34 is the biggest chunk. So there's young men that are watching the channel. So I want to make sure I put out, stuff that is going to, be like, hey, man, as a big brother, as a friend, as an uncle, as a father figure, whatever I gotta be. My responsibility is to those young men and to my brothers to, kind of put myself in a light that hopefully inspires people to do their best, man, and live their best life. So I'm really focus driven on the channel. However, I like to wrap it into entertainment, right? I like to make it a little funny. I like to kind of make it fun to talk about these issues. And, at the end of the day, man, Rich, man, keep doing your trading, bro. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I like doing this. This is my job now. This is what I do full time now. And my other little side hustles. Got to have some side hustles, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So as far as I'll be in Colombia next week. So I look forward to filming out there and getting more film for content. Can't wait to show you guys what it's going to be like. Part of it is going to be vacation time because I actually kind of went hard in Vegas. So I kind of need a vacation from the vacation. And so I look forward to bringing y'all that content as well, man. So, if y'all get a chance, y'all can follow me also on my Instagram, which is at TSG_uncut. Pretty simple, TSG_uncut. And if you guys, send me messages if you guys want to see anything in particular, whatever. I'm not gonna be able to get everything you guys want to see, but I'm gonna try my best to make sure I get a little bit of everything. So I'm gonna try to safely do as much filming as I can, get as much footage as I can, so I can like have a lot of videos of Colombia for you guys from my vantage point and my perspective. So I appreciate you guys. I see down there that you say, Rich, how was it living in Hawaii? Wow. A lot of people tend to get like island fever and stuff like that, where you are, if you live in Hawaii long enough, you start kind of like going stir crazy because you can drive an hour in almost any direction and get across the island. I lived in Oahu, so Honolulu area and Waikiki and all this stuff like that. I tend to always live in tourist cities. I don't know why, but I gotta be near cities, man. I really do. Or I gotta be near some action. That's just the way I am. Whether I get in there or not is a whole different thing. But living in Hawaii was great, man. It was like living in a whole other country because there's a subculture there of Hawaiians, and you also have you have Hawaiians, you have Filipinos, you have so many different types of people there. You have Japanese people, Hawaiians, Filipinos, Samoans. You just have a whole bunch of people. I met so many people. A lot of people visit Hawaii, so I met so many people from other countries. We would actually do games with other navies every 2 years. Other navies would come from around the world, so I actually got to hang out with people from some countries that I plan to go to, and Japanese people. I hung out with Australians, New Zealanders. Man, Chinese people. Like I had a richness of experience living there. I would say that it's kind of a more laid back, flip flop type lifestyle. And a lot of times you're at the beach snorkeling, which is one of my favorite things to do. And the other thing that I like doing was hiking waterfalls. I mean, like I would do it as an exercise. I would do it as a run sometimes, right? I would depends on the hike. I would do it as a run. I would do it for fitness. And I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. It was great. It was great. And that type of living is what made, like, I don't know, it just makes me ready for this travel experience, especially going over to like Thailand and stuff like that with the beautiful beaches and the tropical climate and stuff like that. I just think it's going to be a good time, man. I look forward to actually being out there and living out there for some months. So, but yeah, Hawaii was great, man. I don't know if I can go back there now. Like after 6 years, it's kind of like, I feel like all my friends are gone. I think it'd just be a different time than it was for the 6 years that I lived there. So now I'm just looking forward to checking out other countries and just kind of experiencing the culture as I go along, meeting the people, working on my Spanish as much as possible. That's why I want to make sure I go to Colombia, maybe hit Colombia one more time or hit one other place. And then I'll probably head over to Asia here in the winter time. So that's most likely going to happen. So yeah, no, it was cool, man. It was good times. I really enjoyed myself. But yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm excited about this Colombia trip. Really am. So I'm just really excited about it. I can't even explain it. I was a little nervous at first, but there's always a little apprehension you're gonna have with travel, and you just gotta go and do it, man. You just gotta get out there and just do it, man. You know what I mean? Like this is the life that I chose for myself, and so I need to embrace it fully. And that means just getting your tickets, getting your pass. You got your passport, get your tickets, and just deuces. You know what I'm saying? So I look forward to it. Sorry if I hold you up, K and D. I know you're probably doing some things.
Nah, man, nah, man, it's all good. It's all good, man. I just wanted to just appreciate, send my appreciation for you coming on. And if you had
Thank you
any
for having me.
final thoughts, or were all of those your kind of final thoughts?
Those kind of seem like my final thoughts. I will say, like I said, I'm still gonna have some videos out. I don't know if I'm gonna do live streams while I'm gone. I may or may not, but I feel like I'll be pretty busy and pretty tired, so I may not have live streams while I'm gone. But I do plan to still have regular videos on Mondays and Fridays. And When I get back, you'll start seeing more of those videos pop up from Colombia, my experience in Colombia, TSG Uncut experience in Colombia. Okay. And so I try to do videos at least on Mondays and Fridays. I do live streams every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And other than that, man, like hey, in keeping with the topic, man, don't let anybody scare you off of what your dreams are. Don't let anybody steal you away from your purpose. And if you really want to do this, don't just say you're going to do it. Make a plan. Put $5 aside a week, man. It might take you a long time to get there, but at least you're doing something, man. Put $5, $10 or $20, $40 every paycheck to the side, man, until you have the money for you to be able to do this, right? And that's what it takes, man. You know what I mean? Like if you tossed $100 a month to the side, at the end of the year, you know, you're gonna have $1,200. You know, that might be enough to get you started. You know what I mean? Get you close to being started to go on vacation and do this stuff. You might have to put a little bit more, but you know, the point is, if that's what you want, if that's what you want to do, if you want to travel, man, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And that's the problem that we have, man. This society, Western society, has killed the dreams of men and women. And then we blame it on somebody else instead of looking in the mirror and saying, I didn't do this. You know what I mean? Because one day it's going to be too late. So anyway, that's my soapbox. Thank you very much, everybody. She's your queen to be. Bro, look. Something y'all don't know about me, man, is I like doing karaoke and stuff, right? And so if you give me a mic too long, I'll just. She's your queen to be.
Oh man. I got to see you do karaoke one night, man.
You know what? I might have to look through because you know how it is. Like you got videos for days, right? You got videos you haven't used. I might have to look through and see if I can find one or something. Okay. I have to see if I got any old karaoke. But the only thing is, I'm not gonna film myself. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Right. I got you. All right, man. Well, first of all, I just want to thank my guests, you know, TSG, my man Sean, for coming out. Great conversation. Definitely appreciate you coming on the platform. You know, and a couple of things I just want to touch on is that when you have a plan, write it down or put it somewhere where you can actually keep looking at it or whatever the case is, but hold yourself accountable, save up, and really focus on investing on what you want to do. Whether it's inches, miles, whatever it is, but keep striving to your goal and keep focused. Stay focused on your purpose. I appreciate everyone in the chat. I appreciate all your questions and your comments. And shout out to everyone that gave me a Cash App. I definitely appreciate it. One more thing. So this upcoming Saturday, October 8th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, all ladies panel. Definitely make sure that you check it out. Going to be having some conversations with the ladies. We are going to be talking about dating, relationships, mental and physical health, and possibly what they feel about the passport bros and the manosphere. So it's going to be very entertaining. Also, next week, Tuesday, live, I have Alpha Villains that will be in the building. Mr. Lucario. Also, Austin Holloman will also be here as well. So next Tuesday. Then following next Saturday, got a one-on-one interview with Austin Holloman. That one is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good October, man. So definitely make sure that you all tune in. Thank you for joining us tonight. Definitely come through on Saturday. Stay purposeful, and I am out.